to say,
somebody's wearing a Kansas shirt.
Oh,
somebody's wearing a Kansas shirt and just went, did that.
That's called raising the roof.
That's,
lifting the lid.
All right.
Opening the window. Pushing the object upwards. You look a little different. You've got a tan, I believe. Someone told me that you've been shooting a surfer movie in Hawaii when you jumped on a plane to come here.
I did. I just got back about 2 hours ago.
Wow.
I play a surfing instructor.
And yeah. Why is that hard to believe?
I know. It's, well, I mean, look at me. I don't know if you've ever spent any time in Hawaii, but if you look at people who actually surf, I don't. None of them look like me. They're all really in great shape, and they have no body hair and like lots of Polynesian tattoos and things. And
you're saying that when you're in a bathing suit, you don't.
If you looked at me surfing from the beach, it looked like Mandy Patinkin almost surfing.
You're a hairy fellow, is what you're saying.
Well, just kind of in here.
Oh, right. You mean in that one small, tiny area? There's a circle of fur.
Like Nicolas Cage and Valley Girl spot.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice image.
But I got there. I got spray tanned.
I've heard about that. Actually, I've several celebrities who've come and visited the show have talked about getting spray tans.
That's weird.
If anyone should investigate a spray tan, it would be I. I cannot be in normal sunlight. But what's involved when you?
It's weird. I think there's probably different ways. There are booths that you can go into and just get sprayed. But I went, and it was just this guy with a hose, and he sprayed me down.
I would assume I would think it's something you pay your money and you go in and it's like a robot. But to have a guy there doing it.
And I had to get in like my boxer shorts, and to kind of prevent tan lines, I'd have to roll it over a few times.
So it looks like a diaper.
Yeah, it was like kind of like a really loose-fitting Speedo. And I felt like I was getting detailed, like I was a car or something, or going into one of those car washes where there's just spraying you.
And
this poor guy.
Is he chatting with you when he's doing it, or is it just joyless?
Well, yeah, no, he was. I mean, he's kind of getting like on the inside of my thighs, and I wear like kind of old man balloony boxers. It's nothing tight or anything, and I can't imagine he must have been too psyched or anything, like kind of spray me, going, "So what are you working on out here?" And I'm just kind of, hanging out or whatever.
Yeah, that would happen.
Hanging brain.
All right, no one needs to talk about that. Not necessary to do that, really. But again, this show won't air, so I'm not worried about it. So you got the spray tan.
Yeah.
Then not long afterwards, you get the call. You must go see Conan O'Brien in New York. And am I right? Is this one flight? Is there one flight that goes from like Hawaii to New York?
Flight, yeah.
I
feel really weird right now because all I've had is coffee and a few mints in like I don't know, 14 hours or something.
Yeah, that's a good diet.
Yeah.
I did that diet in college for a while. It was great.
But it was a long one. Yeah, it's something like 11 hours or something like that.
Is that the longest flight you've been on?
I've been on a longer flight. I went to Hong Kong one time. It was an awful flight.
Hong Kong? Is that one from where? From
New York.
From New York to Hong Kong?
But I think it was something like 15 hours. Actually I did there was soup. They served soup on that flight, and I ate it, and then I had to go to the bathroom.
Right.
And I was standing in the toilet of the airplane, and I got that kind of feeling a little lightheaded.
Right.
And you know how you sometimes get that, you feel lightheaded, but then it subsides. I remember it just didn't subside, and the last thing I remember was going, oh, and then reaching for there's a handle on the wall, and then the next thing I knew, somebody was banging on the door, and I was on the floor, kind of like holding myself, and then my arm was in the toilet, and I had fainted from the MSG in the soup.
The MSG in the soup made you faint,
Yeah.
and you collapsed in that position?
And I woke up, my arm was all blue.
It probably stayed blue. That's like a
dye.
dye.
It was like my shirt was just, and I was just sitting there going like, how do you...
That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
It's terrible.
And then the rest of the flight, you're sitting there in your old blue arm.
Yeah,
Everyone knows.
There's no way
you
you
had
can
your
hide
hand in
that.
the toilet.
You
Yeah.
have a jacket.
Well, let's talk about something pleasant. Knocked Up, this thing this weekend. People love this movie. Huge smash hit. And your character, this is a very funny character. He's a bitter guy. But there's one aspect of his life that might relate to your own, I've heard anyway, which is that he's into fantasy baseball.
Right.
And I've heard that you are also into fantasy baseball. Is that right?
Yeah, I've done it now a couple of years, and football.
Right.
But it's nothing that I'm proud of. I mean, no one's psyched that they do that.
Because they don't think it's cool?
It's not. It's not cool.
Because, like, people that do Dungeons & Dragons are psyched about Dungeons & Dragons.
Well, Dungeons & Dragons is pretty cool,
actually. I will slay you with my sword from Mordor.
But, like, I shouldn't know who Ryan Friel is.
Yeah.
But I do. Yeah. And I know that he's hurt. And
Right.
he's good at stealing bases. He bats leadoff for the Reds.
Okay. That went on too. So you say that stuff and you're not proud of it. What, does your team have a cool name? Like
That's the best part, actually, is kind of coming up with the name. The name of my team this year is it Kalipgia? Kalpgia, I think it's pronounced. It's
killer name, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't say it. What is the word?
I don't even know exactly how it's pronounced. Callipygia.
Yeah.
It's the Kalipgian ideal. It's from it's a Greek derivation. It basically means perfectly rounded buttocks. The Kalipgian ideal is basically a perfect ass. Not that I have that by any means, but if you saw my team.
Yeah, yeah.
Greedy size more anybody?
Very nice name. Is that the name you've always had, or that's just this year?
No, the one I had before that was Tastes Like Chicken, which that one I was driving down Santa Monica Boulevard, and there's a theater there called the Tomcat Theater, which is a gay porno theater, and they always have the movies that are playing on the marquee, and there was one that Tastes Like Chicken, and I laughed so hard. I thought that's the funniest name for a gay porno I'd ever heard. So that's my baseball
That's
team.
the best. Are you someone that pays attention to good male porno titles that come along every now and then?
I did say this once, though, to a friend of mine, and he said the best one he had heard was, he actually saw the video box, and it was a guy, it was kind of like this suburban dad, kind of going like this on the cover. There was about 50 other guys lined up behind him, and it was called Everybody Does Raymond. I was like, I don't know, man. Those are both pretty good.
I've seen it. It's the plot doesn't hold together. We have a clip here from Knocked Up, which many people have seen, but we should show this clip in case anyone hasn't seen it. We should encourage them to go and see this film. It's hilariously funny.
Great.
Anything you want to say about this clip?
Well, I think this is a scene with Seth and I at a bar.
Seth and I, yes.
Yeah, Seth Rogen.
Yeah, very funny gentleman.
And it's great. There you go.
There you go. Let's take a look at this clip from Knocked Up.
Totally know what you're talking about, man. Like, if I wrote out the list Allison doesn't let me do, like, it would be endless. Have I told her to stop doing anything ever? No.
Marriage is like that show Everybody Loves Raymond, but it's not funny. All the problems are the same, but it's, instead of all the funny, pithy dialogue, everybody's just really pissed off and tense. Marriage is like an unfunny, tense version of Everybody Loves Raymond, but it doesn't last 22 minutes. It lasts forever. And the same could be said for Everybody Does Raymond.
Everybody Does Raymond is so much better.
Well, it's also true with Everybody Does Raymond. It's tense and unfunny, although there's just a lot more anal sex.
All right, why? Why does he do it? I don't know why he does it. He just does it. Knocked Up is in theaters now. Paul Rudd, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
It's your comfort.